I went back recently and rewatched Gore Verbinski's The Ring.
Yeah.
Because I heard apparently he's making a new movie. Finally.
Hey.
Because he was kind of in.
Or
Yeah, well, this is a Gore Verbinski Stan podcast, just so we're aware.
Yeah.
Is it Pirates 6?
No, it's something else apparently.
Pirates of the Gore
well,
movie.
Well, he was kind of, according to him, he was kind of in director's jail because both Lone Ranger and Cure for Wellness both kind of bombed. And so that's why it's taken him like over 5 years to make a new movie, but he's finally making a new movie. I'm excited.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Is director's jail just where they put the people in Hollywood who blab about the pedophile shit?
Yes.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
like a big
It's where you go to jail for not being
Also-
a pedophile,
Yeah.
actually.
So just to very briefly talk about his remake of the.
I just remember hammering the nail through the fingernail and
yeah.
And also,
the
little
woman jumping off of the
that-
cliff.
Yeah.
The
The fucking toaster bath scene.
the
too.
ring, the actual like little film.
The tape.
The tape is actually it finally dawned on me when I rewatched it that it's extremely Lynchian. Like
Yeah,
it
no, it
is.
is.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of like Eisenstein, the old Russian filmmaker, I think that's his name. Eisenstein and David Lynch.
You know what's really
Albert
cool about
Eisenstein over here.
Albert Einstein, Battleship
It may not be
MC
Eisenstein.
squared, but
I don't remember the guy's name.
No, dude. One of the cool things about the promotion of it, of course, we were all too young to even know about this or like have any memory of it. But apparently, part of the promotion is that the distributor sent to video stores across the country unmarked fucking VHS tapes, just to the store, and they were just told, you have to review these and like give them out to people or just leave them there for people to pick it up. And they are unmarked tapes. Then when you put it in, it's only the killer tape segment from Ring.
The Ring, yeah.
So they try to do their own like little like
Viral marketing
thing back in like what 2002 is when it came out.
2001, 2002.
It's really interesting that they made the American remake in 2002 because
No, wait. It's 2001 because one of the reasons why the movie didn't do all that well at the box office. It did okay, but it didn't do all that well. Luckily, it had a lower budget. Was because it came out in 2001 after 9/11, and there is a.
Well, it was like I assume it was just no one wanted to go see movies anymore because
No. I remember this actually. One of the things that happens in The Ring is the hero protagonist hijacks a plane and flies it into the World Trade Center.
Right,
Yeah.
shit, that's
Oh wait,
right.
it is 2002.
Okay, well,
It's
anyways,
2002,
hey, welcome to Reel of Fortune. This is the pilot episode of our podcast. I'm Randy Cheeseberg. To my right is David. To my left is Jacob and Jesse.
What's up?
You know, this whole podcast, the premise is pretty simple. We each took a list of our top 100 favorite movies. We got them on our phones here, and we are going to go through them. Every episode, we're going to spin a fucking wheel that has goddamn too many movies on it, and we're going to watch that movie that week. We're also going to post a review on the on the YouTube channel beforehand, so people can kind of know and get excited for which one we're doing. So this is the pilot episode. We didn't watch a movie for this one, but the next episode we'll be watching something. You'll see the announcement about it. But anyways,
do we?
So
There's
Do we have a YouTube
there's
channel?
less than 400 movies, but more than 100 movies.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's fuck. No, actually, it's 100 movies. We all
here's
same opinion. It's just gonna be like
Yeah, so y'all
an
fuck
hour
with
of
the Gamera
agreeing, like,
movies
yes,
too.
I agree with this.
Here's
yes.
what I think we
yes,
should
yes,
do when it
yes.
comes to the spinning of the wheel, right? Because that's what we do. That's the whole thing. I think we should, because I know a lot of our lists have overlaps.
Yeah.
What we should do is, until we run out, is try to pick one movie from each of our lists that's different, and then roll it. That way, it's just like there's not as much. Oh, eventually, we'll do that, and then we'll run out, and then we'll have to talk about films that we all have on our list.
Yeah, true. But
Yeah.
I think that like some of the ones we have on our list that's in common are like kind of like staple films almost.
Yeah.
Like things that like I would hate for like the first half of like our show, like the first half of our episodes we do are like really obscure fucking weird cool movies, and then
Yeah.
it's like the second half is like now it's time for Star Wars and Back to the Future.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think
the Star Wars
from-
it's
episode.
time for The Shining.
From what I remember from our list, we don't have really that much obscure stuff. Everything on
we start with things that aren't overlapping, and one of the first movies we're gonna watch in the first half is gonna be The House that Jack Built. And
I fucking
Fuck
hate
yes. I'm so
Hey,
hyped. I've never seen
that
it.
movie's
I've
on my
never
watch
seen it.
list. I've been wanting to check
that
it out for a
movie
while.
fucked me up. I watched it one time.
Haven't seen it,
Lars
so.
von Trier. So for those who don't know, the director Lars von Trier, he's a fucking psychopath. He's this German bastard who likes to film porn in his free time. Well, he's not German. He's
Dutch.
Dutch.
No, he's a
Which
Danish.
is-
He's Danish.
he's Danish.
Yeah,
Danish.
Dogma 95. Yeah, he's
that's
Danish.
right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's Danish.
Yeah, he created the Dogma shit.
But
Dogma?
yeah, fucking.
Who
Dogma
cares?
95.
Yeah, he's like, we are going to film the porn. We are going to have the hardcore penetration.
'cause that's
we
the
need
thing.
unsimulated penetration for this to work.
Dogma 95 is literally just rules for making softcore porn. Like, that is it.
Bro, there's nothing softcore about his movies, dude.
Or
It's-
hardcore porn.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
it's hardcore,
Amateur
bro.
porn is what I meant to
It's
say.
not amateur. It's very beautifully shot. Did you see the opening?
Mother-
The fucking Antichrist?
No,
That's
I've never
like-
seen a
it's-
Lars von Trier movie.
What?
I-
And now you're making prescriptive statements about I hate you.
Wait, okay, so wait, what?
He's got Antichrist.
I've
Yeah.
only seen one Lars von Trier movie.
Melancholia.
No, I haven't
Which
seen
I
that.
would say Melancholia is his best film.
Yeah.
It probably is, but like all of his other films, even though Melancholia is like very, very different, like all of his other films, I can only watch it once.
Yeah.
And I feel too gross or like horrified to watch it again. Melancholia is different because that one's just existential dread, but like
It's a little bit, yeah. It's very depressing.
it's cerebral horror in that
Yeah.
it makes you think and it makes you scared because you thought.
and
I
for
saw-
you all you horny people out there, Kirsten Dunst takes the top off in that
Yo.
movie.
Oh, I want to see some Kirsten Dunst.
But
I'm not saying you should watch the movie for that, but
in
if that's your thing,
MTV's
then-
Best Kiss of 2002 recipient Kirsten Dunst.
in The House that Jack Built, you get to see a bunch of corpses,
You do
naked corpses, and
we
I
get-
mean that's
Do
nudity.
those
You
corpses
also-
have big titties?
In
One of the
Antichrist, you
things-
get to see
at least one of them.
I'm not going to spoil too
Fuck
much
yeah.
about the house that Jack built, since I think we're the only two people
Yeah,
here
I-
who have
I
seen
haven't
it.
seen it. It's
and
on my
I
watch
think
list.
they really should know nothing
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
it does
know-
not need to be
I
spoiled.
I know what it's about.
Yeah, the only thing I will say, and I won't say what it is, it is technically a loose adaptation of something famous, and I did not expect that going into
Yep.
it. And when it happened, I was like, "What the fuck is going on? What is this movie?"
Yep.
Like it is the most perplexing movie he has made.
When it gets to the end, you're like, oh wait, holy shit, what the fuck?
Yeah,
is
and it's
this?
like, didn't you have, what was that movie? Was it Black Dog or something? It was like a black box theater or Dog Street, Dog something.
What? Dog bites man?
Is that what it's called?
Dog bites
Which
God?
one?
No,
what's
it's
it
it's
from?
like a black box theater movie where like it's about a neighborhood. It's like one of his earlier movies.
Oh no.
And it's like they're on a stage and like they're all in their houses, but the houses are just like tape to show the perimeter and stuff. Like it's a very experimental film.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, somehow that's fucking more off the wall than that. Melancholia literally is about a fucking planet smashing into Earth and killing everyone, and the house that Jack built is way more fucking cosmic than that somehow.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It fucks me up. Fuck the house that Jack built.
Anyway,
Yeah, well, I can't wait
talk.
for that
So
episode.
Fuck yeah.
how about we start it simple? What's everybody's favorite movie?
Favorite
What's
movie?
number one for everybody?
Well,
Fuck, I can't pick number
I
Yeah,
one.
don't
dude,
think
the
I can
fuck,
pick.
you know what the answer
on
to
the
be.
on the goddamn list. What's
Oh,
the number
first
one?
one on the list.
Yeah.
Well, my list is in no particular order.
Yeah, same here.
But I guess, you all know me.
Mine's
we all
in
went to
order.
film school. Okay, calm down. All right, you like the CW. Calm down.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
That's in an
so-
order too.
Okay. My first one, because you all know me, you should know this. It's Train Spotting.
yeah,
The
no,
number
yeah,
one on my
absolutely.
list is Train Spotting.
Number one on mine is The Shining.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
my list is also in no particular order, and Annihilation's in there, and I do love Annihilation, but that's absolutely not my favorite movie.
I think
We'll come back to
I
you,
think-
Jesse. David, what do you got?
I think it was just is that the first one on the list?
That's the
though?
first
Yeah, I
one
think
on my
that's just what
list,
we're
but that's
talking-
not like my
The first
favorite.
one on my list again, and it's not in a particular order, is Parasite.
Oh,
Parasite's good.
Parasite's
Parasite's
good.
fucking great. I love
That's on
Parasite.
my list as well.
I've only seen it the one
It's
time.
it's in
but
my it's
fucking
in my
dope.
letterbox top 4.
Parasite
I
is
like the
not
scene
on
where the
is
thing
not on my
happens.
list. Snowpiercer is though.
Okay,
I think
so I was gonna say-
Snowpiercer's on my list. Yeah,
Um,
Snowpiercer's
I've
on
got
my
I think
list
I've
too.
got 2 or 3 Bong Joon-ho films.
Yeah, I've
on
got
there.
Memories of Murder on mine.
Yeah, me
I
too.
really, really love that movie.
I haven't
I
seen
rewatched. I rewatched it recently.
Great film.
It's breathtaking. Honestly, it is amazing.
Have you ever seen you've seen David Fincher's Zodiac, right? It's very similar.
Very similar, yeah.
And that it's similar in that it's based off a true story. It's based off a real serial killer that had a reign of terror. That gets on.
Go back to the start of the sentence.
They had a reign of terror in South Korea for like, I don't know, 20 years. And it's about detectives trying to track this killer down. And just like in Zodiac, the killer also taunts the media and police by sending cryptic notes and stuff. And just also like Zodiac, the film is kind of an exploration in obsession and how like the killer's obsession with killing and the detectives and the people trying to catch him obsession with stopping them, and how there's more than one way to lose your life to a killer.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if James Vanderbilt, I think is the screenwriter for that film, saw that film and was influenced.
And what's
Yeah.
it called?
Memories of Murder.
Memories of Murder.
It is on Hulu.
Zodiac is 25 on my list, so I'll check that out.
Oh, it's also a period piece. Is the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just like Zodiac.
Yeah, Zodiac set during the Zodiac killings, which was like late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
This movie is set in like the late 70s, early 80s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
it spans many years, just like Zodiac
Yeah.
does.
And you said Zodiac's on your list, right, David?
Definitely.
It's on mine,
It's my number one favorite David
Okay,
Fincher film.
so-
Yeah, I'm really
What's
into it.
it's not my favorite
what
David
is probably the
Fincher film.
biggest wild card on y'all's list?
Oh shit.
Yeah, wild card, like something, and this could be like a
Well-
very obscure film, or just really that's on your
Okay,
list.
I got it. It's not one film, but it's two. Because this is I know for a fact that these two movies are not on any of your guys' lists, and I've accepted that, and I'm willing to defend why
Okay.
I have these two films on here.
Can I guess?
You'll probably say what it is, but I'm going to say
Okay,
it first.
go ahead, say it. Go ahead, say it. Yep.
I have two Fast and Furious films on my
Yeah.
list.
Fuck yes,
Yeah.
fuck yes.
I have Fast 5 and Furious 7, which
Hell
I think
yeah.
are two of the best.
Fast
Definitely.
5's tight. I fuck with Fast 5. Furious 7's one of the greatest fucking movies I've ever seen.
I
I'm
have-
honestly surprised
James
it's not
Wan.
on my
James
list.
Wan's one of my favorite working
He made a
directors
live
right
action
now.
anime and it works.
I have
Yeah.
ones that I think seem odd, but wouldn't be odd if you thought about it, like Shrek.
Yeah,
or
no, I mean, yeah.
Freddy Got Fingered.
Freddy Got Finger fucked.
Do like some
Oh,
sausage.
man.
Don't even do like
I-
some
I-
sausages.
I thought about putting that
I'm a
movie
farmer,
on my
Daddy.
list.
I do fuck with Freddy Got
Oh,
Fingered.
okay. So the one that, and we mentioned this during.
Ang Lee's Hulk. That's
Oh,
probably a
yeah.
controversial
Oh.
That movie fucks.
It does fuck.
That movie
it
fucks
does
so
and it
hard.
doesn't. I don't know, like, because okay, so it's one of those things of like the push and pull of like the popularity of something and like how people view it. I think that movie got too much hate when it came out, but I do think that film nerds like you idiots and myself is included give it too much credit.
It does have serious problems.
It's got some
Yeah.
serious problems. Like, yes,
Yeah.
the comic book editing is cool.
Oh no, that part is not a
Yeah.
problem.
There
No,
are
that-
times
that
where
part-
there's no point
No,
to
that
it.
part is super big dick. That part's
The
fantastic.
pace,
I
its
love-
pacing sucks.
The
think the
to me
pacing's
the big
fine.
problem is that all the military figures that Hulk tries to kill end up saying I'm okay, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Are you okay?" And it's because it's post 9/11 and Hulk can't kill soldiers,
Can't
but
kill
you could
soldiers,
tell Ang Lee just intended for them to
All
die.
die
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
how would they how would they survive?
A helicopter
Ha-
being thrown by the Hulk.
Hashtag release the dead soldiers edit.
Release the dead soldiers cut.
So okay,
Release those emails, Hillary. We know you've got that cut of the film on it.
so the two.
Hulk
Okay,
did Benghazi.
I got.
Hulk did Benghazi. All right, I'm just saying.
How do we know? How do we know that he
Because
didn't?
because Ang Lee tried to tell us ahead of time.
did.
For me, my left field. We mentioned this. We did a camera test and everything before, and we talked about a little bit of stuff. My left field pick is American Pie 3: American Wedding.
It's a good
Yeah.
movie.
No,
It's a
the
good
other
movie.
American
I'm
Pie movies
excited
aren't
for
on there.
this.
The
That
other
honestly-
American Pie movies aren't on there, but the third one is.
It's better than the
Yeah.
first two for
Okay, but
sure.
like I'm not gonna.
It has heart.
Yeah, it has heart. I'm not gonna get too into it. But like reason why it's on there, right? Number one, you get a striptease and dance battle with the dad from Charlie. Good Luck Charlie, the fucking Disney Channel show.
Wait, he's fucking in that?
Yeah, he's the fucking big bear pimp.
God
That
damn.
they meet at the gay bar and Stifler dance battles. Oh,
Wait, American Pie
it's-
3 is American Wedding, right?
Yes, it's weirdly it's weirdly like progressive in its view towards gay people. Yes, at first they go to a gay bar and it's like kind of homophobic, but like they really don't care though after like 5 minutes. And then like that guy becomes like their best friend, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
he just becomes a member of the crew for the rest of the movie for some
Yeah.
reason.
Related to your question, because I think none of us really answered it on this level. What's the most obscure, pretentious movie you got?
Oh
shit! That's
baby.
actually one of my two
Obscure,
wild card
pretentious?
movies. So okay, first one of my wild card movies is Accepted, the Justin Long college comedy
Oh,
movie.
yo, I used to be able to
That's a good
quote
one.
that whole movie.
Okay.
I
got
literally
it.
I
I've
can
got it.
I've got so many
South
quotes in that
Harmon
movie.
Institute of Technology.
Would you
I've
like
got-
to
We
see
could-
my wiener?
We could have a battle royale.
I've got.
I want to learn to blow
What is that?
shit up with my mind.
I've got mine. Mine is it's. I wouldn't say it's like a pretentious pick, but it's definitely very obscure, especially given the guy who directed it.
Yeah.
The guy who directed this film is probably a bunch of film bros' favorite film director, if you ask them. It's a film by Sam Raimi, and it's one of his most forgotten films because it was one he made in the '90s, kind of sandwiched after Evil Dead
I think another one.
and before Spider-Man. It's A Simple Plan. Very, very, very great. I'd only watched recently for the very first time.
That's Western, right?
Because no, that was Quick and the Dead. It was
Oh
okay.
yeah, okay.
So just very brief. I don't want to go too much into it because if we do an episode on this, I'll have a lot to talk about. It's a great film. Because have you guys seen it before?
No.
No.
All right. So
no.
I don't want to say too much about it because it's a genuine treat to watch. But all I'll say is it's a unfairly forgotten Sam Raimi film. I honestly think it deserves to be in the top tier of one of his best. Up there with Evil Dead. Up there with
Hell yeah.
Spider-Man 2. It's a fantastic film. It's very well directed. It's got a great script, great cast, and it's a film that he put away his usual bag of tricks because he wanted to focus just on the performances and he wanted to make a more kind of traditional kind of thriller film.
Yeah.
And also him and the Coen brothers are big friends. They grew up together. They collaborate on films together. And I would say it's his attempt to try to make a Coen brothers film. And the film, I'd say a kind of a cousin to is Fargo.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. That's all I'll say.
Very
Yeah.
interested.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
It stars Bill Paxton and Billy Bob Thornton, and they play brothers in the
That
film.
makes me kind of horny. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no,
Great
it sounds
film. I don't want to say too much about it.
Those are two
Highly,
of my
highly
favorite
recommend.
hick actors. I'm not gonna lie.
it sounds fucking sick because like Raimi's everyone forgets about Raimi, but like he's really good at getting like very good performances out of people.
Yeah.
Like this is a dumb example to bring up, but Doctor Strange, the new Doctor Strange movie, Elizabeth Olsen is that. Oh my God, that's one of the greatest performances she's ever given,
Well, I
and
think
she's in that silly fucking outfit for like all of the movie.
I mean, I agree with that, but like I think she's just a good actress to begin with.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I
It
kinda,
does
like,
help
liked
that
her.
she has like
Yeah.
all
No,
that built in.
I was gonna say,
better
yeah.
look, Tobey Maguire, a guy
Yes.
who
Yeah,
struggles
I
in
was
saying,
every
yes.
role he
He's
has
kind
after
of not
Spider-Man.
a good actor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
before he wasn't good before really. He had boyish
He's good in
looks.
Brothers.
That's
the only non-Sam Raimi
Yeah.
movie I can think that
Yeah.
he's good in.
I think it's.
and I think that's heavily on the writing of Brothers.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
really well written film.
I recently rewatched a few months ago Baz Luhrmann's Great Gatsby film.
Oh my God.
Hell,
most
fucking
most
yeah, the
cardboard.
movie
But
fucking.
that movie's not very good. That movie has its fans. I get it.
Boo.
I'm not one of them. I think the cast is mostly kind of miscast. I'd say the couple exceptions I think are good are Carey Mulligan
Yeah,
as
she's
Daisy
great
Buchanan,
as Daisy.
and
honestly.
Joel, the MVP of the movie, Joel Edgerton.
Oh my fucking
Like-
God.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
is
He's
actually
the
really
real
good in that
he's
movie.
fantastic in that movie. Like he knows the character he's playing, and he's firmly in the pocket of it. He plays Tom Buchanan.
Yeah.
And he's fantastic in it.
Oh yeah, I
Definitely.
agree. I think I'm gonna have to give two answers here. One of them's pretty quick, and then one of them I just want to mention because I don't know if any of you have heard of this one, but first one, Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, because I think it'd be very fun to force us all to sit down and watch a incomplete,
Unbearable
silent
Weight
film.
of Massive Talent has a great whole bit about Cabinet.
Oh,
of Dr.
yeah?
Caligari.
I didn't see it.
It's
That's the
fantastic.
German
I didn't
Expressionist
see
film,
it.
right?
Yes, it's a German Expressionist film.
I've
It's
never actually
highly
seen it.
influential.
I haven't seen
It
Caligari
was
either.
directed by someone who was actually a theater director originally, as actually a lot of German Expressionist filmmakers were. That's kind of like German Expressionism is really interesting. But so Caligari, really good. It's kind of beautiful at times, but it is narratively awful because most of the reels for it were melted down for silver nitrate during the war, and so there is not a complete copy. I think we got the most complete version like 10 years ago, similar to Metropolis. And the other one on my list that I don't think any of you have seen is A Separation.
Oh, I love that movie.
You've seen that movie?
No, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I thought you were lying there. I was gonna say yeah. It's by someone named Asghar Farhadi. It is an Iranian film, and it's actually really cool. I saw it in my high school film class of all things, and it is a movie about this like well-to-do upper middle class like more liberal couple from Iran, and they're getting a divorce. It's a separation.
Okay.
And there's some other stuff that happens that complicates things, and it has to deal with the court system and how archaic the courts are there and everything. This film was banned in Iran, I believe. I'm pretty sure. And like most good Iranian films are, because Iranian films are amazing. Most of them are fucking banned there. But no, so what's cool about this movie is that like it really, really digs into some of like the more like traditionalist stuff. Like they have no animosity for each other as a couple, but the courts themselves make the divorce way harder, which is not like it is in the U.S., where people usually hate each other's guts when they go to get divorced. Anyways, so that's mine. I'll keep moving.
My most obscure, pretentious pick is Kuadakuk Vampire. I don't know if any of you have heard of this movie or seen it.
I think you might have mentioned it to me at one point.
So it's by a director named Pere Portabella, and he was hired.
Mushroom?
He was hired to make a making of documentary of a movie called Count Dracula from 1970. That movie is in color. Mm-hmm. And while Pere Portabella was filming it, I guess he just decided he didn't want to make a documentary anymore. And he made this like really, it's sort of like Pi, where it's like flat black and white. Mm-hmm. And it's a weird experimental film that he shot on set of this Count Dracula movie. So Christopher Lee plays the vampire in it.
Yeah, okay. So
because he played the vampire.
I think I know what this one is. Is this the movie where it's like about a vampire killing people on the set of a vampire movie or something?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, and okay.
Well, it's not explicitly that, but they don't hide the sets and the cameras in all the shots, and they never provide you an explanation as to why you see that stuff.
I've seen clips from it and I've heard things about it, but I've never like.
It's
one of those things that like it exists as a vague notion in my mind. Like I couldn't Google it.
To me, it was putting that on the list or Poughkeepsie tapes, and I decided that Kodak was more classy than Poughkeepsie tapes.
Remember when we watched Poughkeepsie tapes and like halfway through we had to take a break for 10
minutes?
I
know. I was like, it's scary, but it's more interesting than anything else. And then halfway through, everybody's like, I don't know, man. This movie is like really fucking dark.
This is
I was a little disturbed by that movie as we were watching it.
Yeah.
It's just stupid though. Once you get to a certain point, it's just dumb.
After we finished watching it, I got some time to think about it. I kind of was just like, the movie wasn't really even
They got you in
good.
the first half though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well, every subsequent rewatch, I'm like, this movie's trash.
It's like I have a similar feeling that I feel about Cannibal Holocaust. It's a very, very effective and very disturbing film.
Not great.
But I'm really not going to sit here and argue that it's good, per se.
No, I think with Cannibal Holocaust, and I made a stink of this in one of our professor's classes before when I did like a video essay.
We're film students, by the way, if you can't tell.
Shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. You don't get opinions.
Shut
you
the
bitch.
fuck
That was literally a fact.
Hey!
I want to say...
are we doing this?
I do want to say real quickly, the Cannibal Holocaust takes up the other 98 spots on my list. So.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
same here.
Yeah.
When I was watching Cannibal Holocaust, I cut off and consumed my own penis.
See, when I was watching Cannibal Holocaust, I just kept jerking off the entire time, so I really don't know what happened in the movie. Because at a certain point, the what was on screen was mixing with my sexual fantasies. And by the time I busted, I mean, there was like a turtle or something. I don't know what was going
God.
on. But
Okay, all right.
But okay, Cannibal Holocaust. It is not a good movie. It is an incredibly influential movie, and as a result, it should be on the Criterion Collection. And that is part of why I think that as well, aside from its like influence, is also the fact that fucking Sallow gets to be on Criterion.
Yeah.
Also,
And if that movie gets to be a Criterion, I think something that is equally as fucked up, but at least influential.
But the
would be
guy
on
who
it. It's the
directed
first found
Sallow
footage.
was friends with Tarkovsky.
Okay, and
So they were in the artsy little.
yeah.
film.
Also,
Deodato, Deodato was a respected filmmaker up until that point.
Until that point.
I will say with Salo, outside the Criterion release, that movie's impossible to find. It didn't have any physical release. Because I think it was banned over here.
Yeah.
Cannibal Holocaust,
it was also part of the video nasties, so you can't get it in like Europe.
With Cannibal Holocaust, I think within the past couple years or so, I think Shout Factory or somebody got a Blu-ray, like a pretty crisp Blu-ray release for it. So you can find that movie now. I think the only real reason I would say to put it in the Criterion is if the only way to watch it, because it was out of print for the longest time, was for that. But
Is
now,
if that goes out.
You can also watch it all on YouTube.
But now there's a release of it that you can go out and buy. I don't really think
Piano Tuner of Earthquakes. That's a movie that is no one knows about, and it desperately needs a Blu-ray release. And I have tried to watch it, and it looks so fucking ugly on YouTube. It's like it's a stop motion mixed with live action film done by stop motion artists.
Okay.
So speaking of movies that need a Blu-ray or DVD release desperately, I'm going to list off my obscure pick. Greg Erikai's Nowhere. It was an independent movie made in the 90s. It was part of a trilogy of his. I haven't seen the other two movies, but it's like a very loose, unofficial trilogy. It's just about some kids in Los Angeles in the 90s, their day and then their night. Very gay. It's an incredibly gay movie.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Like men kissing gay?
There's men kissing.
Is
There's
there
women
full,
kissing.
wait, is there full penetrative sex?
No, there's actually no nudity in the film at all. Which
Not gay enough.
Not gay enough, I agree, but you know, spiritually it's very gay. So there's a lot of personal reasons I like this movie. Kind of made me reshape the way I think about movies. But I'm just stylistically, I'm so in love with this movie. I'm so in love with everything it does. I'm kind of jealous of it, honestly. It really is just to me like one of those films that like every time I watch it, I notice something new and I notice something interesting. And it really stays in my mind, and it stayed in my mind for like 10 years. I could not stop thinking about that movie for 10 years. I was like, yeah, what the fuck was that one movie I saw late at night on IFC when I was trying to watch something with titties in it? Like, and that dead ass, I was like, oh, is there going to be titties in this movie? And then I was like, oh, wait, fuck, I like the story. I like the characters. And then by the end of it, I was just like, oh my fucking God, that might be one of the greatest movies.
Where are the titties?
Well, at first I was like, where are the titties? And then I was like, oh wait, no, but actually what's going on with Dark? What's going on with him and his girlfriend and this guy he has a crush on?
So we just got done talking about like obscure movies and pretentious obscure movies and stuff like that, like left field movie. So like, let's just go and bite this fucking bullet. The exact opposite end. Let's talk about our soy boy beta cuck. Like, Spider-Man! Like that. Let's just get that out of the way. What is on your list that is like the most like uncontroversial, like any fucking dude who collects Funko Pops would have it on their list type fucking movie?
That's tough.
Spider-Man 2.
That's on mine as well.
That's on mine too.
It's also on mine.
4 for 4.
See, that's,
Spider-Man.
see, that's tough because I have quite a lot of those on my
Yeah,
list.
I do too.
Dude,
I got Transformers.
I
on here.
really love that part in Spider-Man 2, and the reason I love it so much, it's Alfred Molina's performance, because like when he looked at Spider-Man Peter at the bank, and he saw him run out, and he came back in the spider suit to fight him, and he just went, Peter, I'm gonna jerk you off with all of my arms. I'll jerk that spider cock off. I'm gonna do it, Peter.
I know you have 4 cocks, Peter. That's
Peter,
why I
it's
built these
spiders.
arms.
Spiders have 4 cocks, Peter. I'm going to beat your schmee. The train scene too was so good because they're fighting on top,
And it
it's
goes
just
into
like,
Aunt May's pussy.
Aunt May's gaping maw, Sarlacc pit.
Just
looking
Rosemary
ass
Harris
pussy.
is sitting at the end of that fucking track, just spread eagle, like, oh, let it in.
She's like, you are not a nice man, she says to him.
I haven't been fucked like this since before Prohibition.
Go faster and more dangerous, or you're a pussy.
Dude,
Peter, is that you?
unironically though, like no memes. The best part of that movie is just fucking Joey Coco Diaz.
Yeah.
You're like,
You're gonna have to go through me if you wanna
yeah.
get to Spider-Man.
Hey,
Also,
Spidey gave me Coke once, so right.
Isn't he a sex
He's
predator?
just a kid, no older than my son.
She's a kid.
No older than my son.
No older than my son.
Everyone,
I got Fight Club and Donnie Darko on there. Fucking fight me, you fucking bitches.
I've also got Donnie Darko.
I've also got
Yo,
Donnie
you got the
Darko.
dorm room movies in there, baby. You got the dorm room special. I mean, to be fair, those are movies that people watch wrong anyways.
Yeah.
Especially Fight Club. It's Donnie
I have,
Darko. It's like, yeah, people are emo bitches, but they do get the point of the film.
But
it's-
also, I watched that movie because I'm an emo bitch.
Oh, yeah, you are.
100%.
Would you like to show the camera your tattoo and your shirt?
The tattoos right here.
So you are, yes.
I'm an emo bitch.
He's an emo bitch.
I have the Matrix on
Yo.
mine.
I fuck with the Matrix. I don't
first-
think.
Yo.
The first
I don't know
Matrix.
if the
It
Matrix
was
is
so
on mine.
cool that like back in 2001,
Yeah, it is on
all
mine.
those young boys lined up to go see a just amazing film,
And then all those young girls lined up for the
all those
Resurrections,
30-year-old
yeah.
women lined up to go see the sequel.
Which, by the way, I've been meaning to rewatch Resurrections again, but I'm pretty sure if I do, it'll end up surpassing something.
You'll
on
crack
my
through the
list.
eggshell.
I mean, that's a matter of time. At some point,
When you go to see it, you do get free HRT, and it's pretty fresh, honestly. The medical freedom that it allows for you.
I
For
don't.
now.
I don't have a single
the Supreme
Batman movie on here, but I do have Richard Donner's first Superman movie.
That's pretty good. That's pretty soy.
Still the best Superman movie.
And the only MCU movie is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and the only Star Wars movie is Empire Strikes Back.
I've got as far as Star Wars movies.
I've got 3 Star Wars movies on
Man,
mine.
I don't know.
Oh, I've got
So,
Pacific Rim on mine.
We're talking about like
no.
just incredibly popular like soy boy movies. I mean, I love Bad Boys. That's up on that list, dude. I love
That
me some
was
Michael
not
Bay.
a soy boy movie at all. That is not. That is a fucking.
Calm down, but like
Michael
it is.
Bay.
It's Michael Bay. It is. He's on
Michael
the
Bay
way-
makes cool.
I
movies.
love Michael Bay. I'm not shit. I'm just saying, like.
He doesn't make soy boy movies. He makes movies for cool dudes who go to the gym.
Is
Yeah,
Mean Girls a
Pain
soy
and
boy
Gain.
movie?
Pain and Gain is a good example.
Yeah.
Of that. That was a movie.
Armageddon. I mean, come on.
Pain and Gain was him like.
He makes movies for chads. That's like the exact opposite. All of his
Winners
Transformers
go home and
movies.
fuck the prom queen.
All of his Transformers movies are him rubbing his dick in nerds' faces.
Yeah.
Jacob.
That's why they hate it so much.
Jacob, we
you like this?
recently we watched his new movie Ambulance.
Oh my god,
yeah.
it's so good.
it's a good movie.
Oh my god,
Yeah, it's
Ambulance
very
is
good.
amazing.
It's a good
I like
song.
Jake Gyllenhaal and Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
They're both great in it. Yeah,
But-
and so is Isa Gonzalez too. She's great too.
My most I got a couple of soy boy movies on here. Is Mean Girls a soy boy movie?
No,
what
not at
the
all.
fuck
Is-
are you talking about?
Is Bumblebee
that's
a
a
soy
you get
boy movie?
pussy movie.
Yeah, that is a
Bumblebee is a soy boy
that, yeah,
movie.
but
Yeah.
having Mean Girls on your list tells like sexual partners that you will go down on them before they go down on you.
I do go down on my sexual partners before they go down on me.
I mean, this,
Here's the thing: a lot of impressionable young men are listening to this, and they're gonna believe what you say. But the most successful thing that you can do to get a good BJ is to throw a big rock at her. You want to do it when she's not expecting it, but
That's
you
the
want to make
grug
sure
method.
she can dodge it.
you invite her over. You invite her over. Say, hey, honey, you want to get stoned? And when she gets there, you throw rocks
You
at
throw
her.
rocks at her
You
and you
stone
call-
her.
You whore! Get out of here, you harlot!
Whoa, and if she
You
gets
sinner!
and if she gets angry, be like, no, well, you said you wanted to get stoned.
And if
Wanna
she,
get
well,
stoned?
Wait,
and if
no,
she-
wait. You have to like.
if she
dig her
catches
halfway
the
into
rock
dirt,
in
right?
midair, then you know it's okay if she takes your virginity.
If she unhinges her
Oh,
jaw
well,
and swallows
we
the
are all
rock like a
virgins here.
snake.
Never.
I've never looked at a titty.
What does a sex feel like?
It honestly, I'm
I-
getting a little sick just thinking about it.
this is a wholesome Christian podcast.
Yeah, dude. Dr. Michael Morbius would
So-
not.
So, okay.
would not
He
like-
would not be for
He
this.
would not be for this.
Michael Morbius.
Also, he's like canonically a virgin in that movie, isn't he?
Him and Matt Smith are canonical.
Fuck
Yeah.
yes.
The good.
That's why they get vampire powers.
That's why the Have Sex song is in there.
See, that's why nerds secretly like that movie because it's representation.
Fuck you. The reason nerds secretly like that movie is because they're secretly chads and they work out all the time and they're really buff and have lots of money and
You
bitches.
see,
That's why they
what it
like
is.
that movie.
Yeah, dude, you're just being a fucking hater.
Yeah.
Bros, don't you just fucking. I'm gonna say something that might get the woke mob to cancel me. First off, get your fucking alpha brain chow using promo code DickSponge. All right, promo code DickSpongePod. All right. Now, listen, bros. I'm gonna walk might come for me, but Alpha Chads love Morbius. All right. You crushing puss, and you watch Morbius.
I'm just saying this.
Morpheus,
when I went to the movie theater to see Morbius, okay, I'm sitting there getting fucking blasted at the movie theater.
Of course, man. Of course. That's how it is.
And I'm sitting there in true story, motherfuckers. This is a true story.
Yep,
This dude
Wouldn't
at the
lie.
bar, he was like, "Hey, what are you seeing?" And I said, "Morbius." And he said, "That's my favorite movie in theaters
What a
right
fucking
now."
Chad,
And he
dude.
was
What a
fucking
Chad.
ripped.
He
He
was
was
jacked,
7'5". He
Yo.
was jacked as fuck. His cock was huge. It was sticking out of his
Promo
shorts.
code Dick Sponge Pod.
Promo code Dick Sponge. Spell it right. DICKSPONG.
Dude, you're
E.
so good at fucking spelling, bro.
I've been practicing that.
Dude, that's
I've been
so-
fucking
you're so
practicing
fucking-
that. And he
dude.
said Morbius is my favorite movie, except for when he's being a pussy and he's not doing the Morbius stuff. And I said, "You motherfucker, you right there. You're a hero."
You're a fucking hero, dude. Dude, I bet he fucking nails every broad that comes into that fucking theater.
I've
dude.
seen the movie. Morbius comes on at least 3 faces in
That's
the movie.
so fucking alpha, bro.
It's very fucking alpha.
God damn it, bro.
Very alpha.
God damn. Yo, Jared Leto, unproblematic fucking king. They try to cancel
Okay,
him. He
all
did
right.
nothing wrong. Did nothing wrong.
So what? He tried to make a 17-year-old girl suck his brother's dick.
Oh, and?
Who cares?
And?
Who
Bro, we
cares?
just did that the other day at the bar.
Everyone does that as a rite of passage.
Come
It's
on,
how
you
you
just
know
do
they're
it. That's how
cool.
you're alpha,
If you
dog.
don't suck my brother's dick, then how can
you
I?
gonna suck my dick
Yeah,
so well?
exactly, exactly.
You want to prove how cool an adult you
When-
want to hang out with us?
when
Maybe
the
like you
king-
have to suck our dicks.
When the king gets a fancy meal, he has a taste test
He
to
has
taste
a
it
poison.
for poison.
Who knows? She might chomp down in the middle.
She might have some anthrax in her mouth. You never know.
You know, she might have a fucking twit longer in her mouth to cancel you with. You gotta make sure it's not there.
So speaking of soy boy movies, I'm looking at my list, and this is an actual row of 4 movies.
And his fucking Joker
Son of a
performance.
bitch! God damn it!
It's fucking so good, dude.
Shut the hell
I'm
up!
not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
I got hard as fuck in the movie theater. I busted 5 times.
Dude, I bought the used condom he sent Will Smith. I fucking bought that shit. It was so cool. That dead rat that he fucked with a dildo that he sent to Margot Robbie. Oh my god, I want that. That's one of my dream movie memorabilia pieces.
Wait, he fucked the rat with a dildo?
Jesse. I blacked out for a second. What were you saying?
Speaking of soy boy movies, there's a row on my list that I'm looking at right now, and I'm going to read the row off right to left. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Last Jedi.
Wait, so the first Star Wars?
Yeah.
Those are the exact same 3 I have in mind.
Yeah. And honestly, that felt like
I've got
Disney
Return of
Star
loving
Wars movies.
cucks. You Disney loving cucks with your
Oh,
Last Jedi.
Hey, listen.
Oh, if
I-
Disney were... Never mind. I was about to make a joke.
That's
That's
that was
funny
way
because
too
I
soon.
only have
Fuck the Supreme Court.
2 Disney movies, I think, in mind.
Bro, are you
Little
guys...
Disney cucks with your little
Okay,
Disney
hold on, you little fucking DreamWorks cock.
Can
with
I
Shrek.
sort by
What was
studio?
Shrek at? It's got a talking donkey, fucking lame and stupid. You know what I got? I got Ratatouille, a talking rat. Way cooler.
Ratatouille is so fucking stupid.
It's so good.
Ratatouille
It's
fucking
so
sucks,
good.
and I'm tired of people pretending it's good just because
It's
there's a rat
amazing.
in it.
No, it's because Patton Oswalt's wife was murdered, and he plays a rat in that
Jesus.
movie. And they're unrelated, but that's why it's good. All right.
Well, he has me there. Yeah,
got you
he got me. He
she got
me.
too close to the true crime son, and she got taken out.
If
Okay?
this was the Supreme Court, I would be ratified out of law.
I've got Borat on my list as well.
I got Borat
My
as well.
wife.
Really?
My wife.
Damn, I thought
I
that was...
don't have either Borats.
I
on
thought Borat was gonna be one of those movies where everyone else but me is like, no,
Wow,
this is too
wow,
stupid.
Wow, woo, wee, wah.
But
I love that.
Borat actually loops back around. to being
Oh, I
stupid.
do have. I have.
doesn't-
We need to
no,
talk
it
about
just is
Kevin.
genius.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh shit!
Fuck you.
I like-
life imitates art, though.
Yeah,
huh?
for real.
Life imitates
Yo, okay.
art. We need
Ezra.
to talk about Ezra, dude.
Ezra, if you're watching this, what the fuck are you doing?
Ezra, if you're watching this, please put the gun down. Put the
Ezra.
baby down and put the baby,
Ezra.
the gun out
Ezra,
of
don't
the
listen to them.
Ezra,
Ezra,
if you
don't
were-
listen to them.
Ezra.
Fortify the compound. Kill the
Ezra.
cops, Ezra. Kill the cops.
Ezra, if you are listening to this right now, I need you to know, Brett Kavanaugh lives.
Hang on, I'm
65.
edit it. Okay, we can edit this out, but I'm actually gonna read it off. Chevy Chase is a good actor who's in none of the movies on my list.
I do not like Chevy Chase.
Yeah, he is kind of a
Yeah,
racist.
no, actually, Chevy Chase is a fucking shitty actor. He's only good in Community.
There's
and
a
even
reason
that.
he was fired from Community.
He's only good in Community because Community makes his character actively racist, sexist, and evil.
He's just playing himself.
Exactly.
That's why it's perfect.
It's just amazing and perfect. There's nothing wrong.
I have
with it at
Godzilla on there.
all. Which one?
Yep.
Original.
Original Gojira? Yeah, baby.
As
I
far
got
as-
Shin Godzilla on mine. That's the Godzilla film.
I also
I
have
have,
Godzilla on mine.
I have.
Okay, well you're, you know.
I've got the original Godzilla.
well,
Shin,
he's got the first Godzilla on his.
I've
so
got
that's
What
Shin-
I have.
I've
yeah,
got Shin
but You're not
Godzilla,
original.
and I've also got Godzilla vs. Ghidorah because I think
Nice. I do have Sunshine and 28 Days Later.
Okay,
don't think
so
I have
you're-
either of
I
those.
like you pandering to me being a Danny Boyle fanboy.
both of those movies fuck. I love.
They do.
They do
Danny
fuck
Boyle
us hard.
fucks, dude. Danny
Fuck
Boyle
super
fucks.
hard.
I
Yeah,
hate
yeah.
the Sex Pistols. I want to watch the FX Pistols show.
I like how you call it the FX.
It's called
Pistols.
FX Pistols.
Oh, really?
Yes,
For fucking
because
for
it's an
real.
FX show and it's the Sex Pistols, so they call it FX Pistols.
Okay, that's really fucking stupid.
They literally call it that in
Wait,
the
Danny
marketing and
Boyle
everything.
has a Sex Pistols show?
Yeah, it's an FX original, and it's a biopic about the Sex Pistols.
Wait, which one? All of them?
Didn't they?
All of them. It's about all of them.
Not
like,
just Johnny Rotten.
not
it's
just Johnny
Sid
Rotten and Sid
Vicious
Vicious.
and-
It's
Yeah.
about all of them.
Okay.
But it is going to focus heavily, of course, on those two, because but
Johnny
like,
Rotten's not bad. Sid Vicious
oh
is
yes, he is.
I mean, Johnny
he's
Rotten-
a fucking Trump supporting like piece
Oh,
of shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's a Tory
No,
too.
He's a
Oh,
Tory,
damn.
My-
dude. Like,
My knowledge of
Sid Vicious
Johnny
was
Rotten
scum.
cuts off in the 1990s.
yeah, no, and Sid Vicious is like.
Gee, I
was
wonder
scum.
why.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a bad guy.
Yeah, but no, dude. Like, and so like, I don't want because like I know Danny Boyle is at that age where like when the Sex Pistols were big, there was counterculture, and he was like a teenager, and like he probably looks at them romantically, and he probably excuses a lot of stuff. And I haven't seen the show, but just looking at the marketing, it seems to like glorify them quite a bit and deify them a little.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't like that. And I'm pretty sure like Johnny Rotten had like some say over over the shows. Like,
British punk influenced writers try not to glorify the Sex Pistols challenge. If possible.
Impossible, yeah. Like, bro, the Clash are right there. The Clash are like wholly unproblematic as far as I know.
Yeah, but they didn't wear swastika T-shirts.
God, I hate that clip of fucking Sid Vicious, and it's just like, I'm triggering all the old people, and it's like, no, dude, you're just a moron who's like implicitly like saying Nazis are fine because
You
they make
cannot
'cause they
read,
hate-
motherfucker.
Stupid. We couldn't play bass.
Also, not to like,
Unironically, fucking Freddie Mercury was more punk than him. Freddie Mercury picked him up, called him Sidney, not Sidney Vicious, Sidney Ferocious, and then threw him to the ground.
also
Like-
not to humanize the British too much, but on the whole, Sid Vicious wearing the swastika thing, I'm pretty sure the reason that most of those old men in the crowd hated it was because the Nazis killed their friends in World War II.
Well,
and
also,
their families, and bombed
they
the fuck out of
yeah.
England.
Yeah, no, it's because like idiots like that don't understand punk. They think that it is just being counter.
Yeah, just
that it's
being
not
anti.
like and it's just that's why fucking Johnny Rotten's a fucking Trump supporter. Because he doesn't have any actual principled opinions, he just wants to be the thing that triggers people. And it's like, oi, bruv, you fucking triggered all that, bruv. I'm going to say the N-word now,
He's the Ricky
bruv.
Gervais of punk music.
God, don't even talk to me about Ricky Gervais.
Another,
That is not
Ricky,
funny.
yeah.
His
I
time
also have
his time in PIL was very strange.
I also have the Gareth Edwards.
I could be
Godzilla,
white,
going
I
back to
could
Godzilla
be
movies.
black.
Speaking of Nazis, I've got Metropolis on my list.
Same.
Yeah,
That's pre-Nazi, right?
it's Rise of the Nazis.
Oh.
it was
It's
made
at
in,
the end of the Weimar Republic and the rise of the Nazi Party.
It was
Yeah,
made
yeah.
in 1930s Germany. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost had Metropolis on my list because like it is one of those silent films that I've watched. And I'm like, oh wait, no, like I can fuck with this.
it's-
And then at the very end, they were like, oh, by the way, workers are well,
Metropolis, unironically, the Red Brown Alliance movie.
spoilers. Yeah,
Not by choice, not by choice at all. But dude, imagine being Fritz Lang and like accidentally oopsie doopsie marrying someone who had become a Nazi, and like then she controls
whoopsie-daisy?
her. Whoopsie daisy.
Whoopsie daisy, I put my penis in the Nazi woman.
Actually,
She talks in her sleep.
I need to swap something out. I don't know if any of you have heard of the movie. I'm gonna get the name wrong. It's called something like The Story of Ali, and it's by a German filmmaker who was very like canceled at the time when he was making movies. They really pissed off conservative Germans, and it was all just about how like, oh, you all talk shit about the Nazis, but you're just as racist. You just refuse to use the word Nazi.
Yeah.
But you still absolutely hate Muslims, and you will refuse, like, and just completely discredit them, even though you claim to have learned every lesson regarding that. And it's a very good movie. I need to put it on here.
I remember hearing you talk about that the other day.
Yeah, it's by a guy named, his last name's Fassbender. I forget what his first name.
A soy face movie I have in my list, I think other people do, is American Psycho.
I actually don't have American Psycho.
He's Patrick Bateman's just like me for real.
Cool with the anti-Semitic remarks.
God, I love him.
Why isn't it possible?
I have a RoboCop.
Oh, scared 9,000.
Why not?
RoboCop is the American
bastard.
The American Jesus.
Do I not have fucking RoboCop on my list?
I've got Starship Troopers.
Anybody got a slasher?
I do have Starship Troopers.
Oh,
Halloween.
I got Nightmare.
I got Halloween and the original Nightmare.
I got Sleepaway Camp.
I have Halloween.
I got Sleepaway Camp on mine.
Oh my God, RoboCop's not on my fucking list.
I have Halloween, Halloween 2, and Nightmare. I think those are the only slashers I have.
I have let's see, I have Halloween, Sleepaway Camp.
I do have The Thing.
What am I swapping out?
The Thing is. I also have The Thing as well.
I'm trying to like see what I do have. It's a big list. I have Scream, Nightmare as well.
Despite my love of horror movies, I don't actually have many horror movies on here, sadly.
I would count the first Alien as a slasher. It's just a sci-fi slasher. The alien acts like a normal slasher would half the time.
It shares
I
a lot
do
of,
have Alien on my list.
It shares a lot of the kind of similar kind of
yeah,
tropes.
well, it was also kind of like pitched as like that.
But it's also it would be a proto slasher.
Yeah.
What about James Wan movies?
I only have one.
I have no James Wan movies.
I have Casino Royale.
James Wan did not do Casino
Oh, I
Royale.
thought you said James Bond.
No.
Oh, fuck.
My bad.
James Wan.
James Wan. I have Furious 7.
Furious 7. I have Insidious. I think that's the only.
Insidious is good.
The only James Wan movie I have.
I have Malignant. Actually.
I thought about adding Aquaman. It was on my list briefly.
It's Malignant?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But I took it off.
I'm glad about that news, man. I know you were really worried about getting
fuck
that call
you, man.
from your doctor. I'm
Fuck
glad
you,
it's
man.
malignant. You're good. See, so it's just like a weird cough. It's not like a worrisome.
All right, so
got you.
You guys want to move on?
Oh wait, who has 2001?
I do.
I do not.
Same.
I'm currently trying to figure out what to swap out for.
I'm trying to think what Kubrick I have on here.
Do you guys?
I have The Shining.
I have 2001. I have The Shining. I have Clockwork Orange.
Okay,
You're such a Kubrick
I
fanboy.
know.
Is Barry Lyndon on there?
What?
Is Barry Lyndon on
Barry
there?
Lyndon is not, but I was gonna put it on there, but I haven't seen it all the way through.
I have
Just the cinematography alone, honestly. For
the
Barry
NASA
Lyndon is-
lens.
I
You
have
could
the-
really
yeah.
tell while watching it that they were using a NASA lens.
I have
Yeah, it's
2000,
pretty insane.
2001 and Eyes Wide Shut on mine.
I don't think I have any. So okay, Jacob, you mentioned slashers. I have Halloween on my list. I had Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
and
I,
the Rob Zombie remake.
I don't have the Rob Zombie remake. I do love Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. I think it's fantastic. But I am currently about to remove it from my list in favor of RoboCop.
Halloween
So-
3 Season of the Witch is an entertaining film, but it is not nearly as good as most people will.
No, it's what we were talking about earlier.
It's
Like
just
movies that got
interesting.
rehabilitated,
Yeah.
but like almost too far. Like
It's like, yeah, Halloween would have been cooler if it was an anthology, but they
Anthology,
didn't
yeah.
do that in the second movie, so...
It feels like
they should probably drop the Halloween 3 and just call it Season of the Witch.
yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like a very skilled director, certainly not like mediocre or bad by any means, is trying to make a John Carpenter movie, and there are parts of it that I think really, really work in that aspect, and then there are other parts of it where it kind of
I have to look it
meanders
up.
a bit.
Who directed them?
oh, another soy movie for me. I got Back to the Future on this bitch.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tommy Lee Wallace.
Oh.
Glad
and-
somebody does. I have Eva 4. Evangelion 3.0 plus
the guy-
1.0.
I have End of Eva.
The guy who directed Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, he did have a pretty prolific career. Well, kind of. but he mostly directed kind of bad movies.
Like what?
I'd say of this list I'm looking at so far, his best movie is Halloween 3.
What?
He directed the straight to TV It movie, Fright Night Part 2.
Oh, not even the first Fright Night?
No, that was directed by
Tom Holland.
A different,
Tom
Holland.
Holland.
Tom Holland.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He directed that
Baby.
as a zygote.
Also, I'll say it. The correct Gillespie remake better than the original. Fright Night.
Oh yeah.
That movie's
I think they're just different. I like both of them for different reasons.
Kid Cudi song. That's what got it for me.
David Tennant.
Colin
Colin
Farrell is so good in that movie.
Oh, he's
fantastic.
Colin Farrell is a better villain, but like
Anton Yelchin's good
it's
too.
and Anton Yelchin's good.
R.I.P.
For me, it's like it's the difference between David Tennant and what's his fucking name? Who's in all the Hammer Dracula movies?
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee
the other
or
one.
Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing. Peter Cushing in Fright Night also really, really good. And so and they play the same character, but just different interpretations.
Yeah.
Wildly different interpretations. And I think that was like really cool. That's what I like about the remake. And that's why I can like them both equally, because like the remake just did a different thing.
Yeah.
It just went, no, this isn't the same thing. Like he's gonna go to someone he idolizes who studies the occult, but he's like he's Chris Angel.
Yeah.
All right,
He's
so,
Chris Angel.
Okay.
Because he's stupid. He's a
So-
stupid teenager.
So I do have another pretty soy movie on my list, and I might get roasted for this, but the 1986 Transformers movie.
No, we told you to put that on your list.
Yeah, I know you got.
No, here's the thing. I want to just take a brief aside for this. So me and Jesse watched the 1986 Transformers movie recently. It was my first time seeing it in full. And Jesse was like, yeah, I'm not super hot on it. I used to like it more. And then over the years, it's not that good. And then I watched it with him, and I think he just really enjoyed my reaction to it because it's just like, it's basically a musical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
no,
is.
it
Stan
pretty much,
Bush
yeah.
musical.
As somebody who knows nothing about Transformers, it's just like I let it all wash over me, and just you hear the music and you just see the action on screen.
It's also
And
got
Weird Al has a
It's
song in there.
animated just surprisingly
yeah,
well.
the animation is fantastic.
Yeah, it's
and
just-
like if
it's a
it
good
came out in the
movie.
90s,
All the
it would have looked
designs
way
too.
worse. The fact that it was like at the peak of the 80s,
Yeah.
it means that you got like that like bloom effect on like the glowing bloom effect
Yeah.
that they used to do in animation. That was it
Yeah.
was a practical effect. And
Also, the movie has
It looks
a
amazing.
hell of an opener. where-
It also
Yeah.
just it generally has weak characters, but it doesn't matter.
it doesn't
because
matter because it's
It's the music and the
Yeah.
images.
well, I would say that more than anything, it is it's a Greek drama.
Sorta.
It's
I mean,
it's archetypes.
I'll-
They're masks. The story is very basic. It is the hero's journey through and through, but so well done and so theatrical. You don't have to know anything. It's something you can see from the stands.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just see the gestures and you get it.
To make a connection, I like the Transformers 1986 movie for very similar reasons I like Zack Snyder's Justice League.
that's
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah, and just I love the designs in that movie. Flora Deary knocked it out of the fucking park. And I will say one thing that I initially didn't like is the first 20 minutes of that movie is just all the old toys getting killed off, and then I watched it again and I was like, no, actually, it's really fun to watch all the old toys die.
Yeah, no, it's so metal how that fucking movie opens.
Yeah, it doesn't
Everyone
hold back
dies.
at all.
Fucking
Everyone-
Ratchet gets melted from the inside.
Oh no,
Spoilers.
wasn't there like there was some shit that we were watching that I was just like, I can't believe I'm watching this. It was like somebody getting eaten alive or something.
Oh
I was
yeah,
just
no,
like,
they dropped someone in like a pit of like fucking shark robots, Sharkticons.
Yeah, and it was just
and
like
they just get shredded.
you just hear the screams and it holds on it for way longer than you would think.
I think this would be an excellent transition point to talk about any animated films.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Yeah, we
yeah,
have,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
Well, obviously the Transformers.
End of Evangelion and Eva 4.
I have End of Eva on mine.
There's animation in it. It's not an animated movie, but Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Akira, I think that's on everyone's.
Akira, yeah. I have Into the Spider Verse.
I actually don't think I have Akira.
Lupin
End
the
of
Third,
Evangelion. Yeah.
Lupin the Third, Castle Cagliostro.
I have two
Okay.
Miyazaki's.
Miyazaki's first movie.
Spirited Away. I have that on mine as well.
Iron Giant.
I do have Akira on my
Iron
list.
Giant's good. I
actually.
don't have that.
I have Spirited Away and The Wind Rises.
Obviously,
my,
Shrek.
my two.
Into
My
the
other
Spider-Verse.
Miyazaki is also Spirited Away. Yeah.
I have my favorite Pixar movie on here, Wall-E.
Yeah, that's
Which I went back and rewatched recently, and it was in my top 5, but my previous favorite used to be Inside Out. But then this recent rewatch of Wall-E, it made me cry in ways that even when I watched it as a kid, it didn't.
Yeah,
I just think a lot of the themes about environmentalism and consumerism and pollution and stuff
you weren't
like
a raging commie when you first watched it.
That stuff has become all the more prescient now, and the story, especially that's just the really charming and beautiful love story between the two robots. It got to me.
Yeah.
So it catapulted up to my number 1 favorite Pixar
10
film.
years ago, this would have made me really sad to say, but today, I'm saying it with a smile. I don't have a single Pixar film on my list.
That's understandable. That's
I
fine.
also don't.
I've got like a decent amount of like anime movies. Like I've got Your Name. I really highly recommend Your Name.
I mean, we're gonna watch it at some point.
We're gonna watch it at some point, and
good.
like even without disregarding the story and
really
everything, disregarding the story, like the director of Your Name is like known as like the like new Miyazaki, essentially, like for like going like it's Makoto Shinkai, and like it is like Studio Ghibli films are like whimsical and beautiful in like a fantastical way, but like this guy is able to make things beautiful in the mundane. Like your everyday life looks goddamn gorgeous.
Yeah.
And he's able to like bring that whimsy out of just like a neighborhood or out of like downtown in a way that Miyazaki never could, because Miyazaki always had to like, okay, here's the secret thing that's happening that makes it interesting. This is all boring.
And that's what I love about Hideaki Anno as well and Eva 4 is that it reduces down Eva from all the anime robots and it takes it down to just like trains and city streets and it's just like
it brings it back
gorgeous.
to the human element. Paprika and Perfect Blue. I got 2 Satoshi Kon films. I love Satoshi Kon.
I can't believe I didn't put Paprika on my list.
Yeah.
Paprika is amazing.
Good.
Well, it's on my. Like, here's the thing: if it's on at least one of our lists, like you don't have to worry about it being on yours.
What's that song from Paprika that goes?
I thought about putting Tokyo Godfathers on mine.
Dude, Godfathers is great. That'd be a great Christmas episode. Perfect Blue though. That movie.
Oh yeah.
Fucks.
I have Black Swan, but I don't have Perfect Blue.
Well, because you're racist.
Because you mentioned it, the only Christmas film I have on mine list is Shane Black's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
I got The Nice Guys.
No Shane Black representation.
Eyes Wide Shut is a Christmas movie.
I guess I have Predator
Would
on
you
the
count
list.
Sleepless in Seattle as a Christmas movie? I guess it's more of like a New Year's movie again.
Yeah, more.
Yeah, and same with When Harry Met Sally. That would also be like a New Year's movie. So
Christmas is only in for like a couple scenes. It's not really
Yeah.
Christmas
I
movie.
like to just gaslight myself into thinking that Shane Black didn't write Predator and instead John Molnius wrote Predator.
I have The Gray on my list. There's snow in it. That means it's a Christmas movie, right?
Sure.
Fuck
Go
yeah.
with that. All right, so I think another good transition. Well, that's not really a transition, but like something we can talk about is international films. Okay. We've been mostly Europe or sort of Western centric.
I don't know. I brought up a lot of my.
I've got a lot of international films here. Like I take a stop into China for quite a bit. I've got like Drunken Master. I've got Wheels on Meals.
I know we briefly talked about Japan when it comes to the animation stuff, but I guess live action or anything.
Yeah, I've got.
No, I mean like
I've got Houseu. I've got 13 Assassins by Takashi Miike. Like
Godzilla, La Haine.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla.
All the Godzilla movies I mentioned, the 3 '90s Gamera
Tokyo
movies. Tokyo Story.
I've got Tokyo Story.
I like Tokyo
Seven
Story,
Samurai.
but I haven't put Tokyo Story on my list just because it's been a while since I've seen it.
Seven Samurai's on here, partially because like I was like I need to think of a Kurosawa film to be on here because I love Kurosawa so much. I think all of his movies are bangers. I almost put Ran on here because I think that it might be technically his best movie as far as his like samurai epics. Or Throne of Blood. I really think that's like the best like Macbeth like story you'll ever get. But I went with Seven Samurai. Because I was like part of like when making my list, I'm like, what are like movies that like everyone should watch as well? And I think that like if you have to like sit someone, I think everyone is better off watching Seven Samurai and it's like such a generic film person thing to say, but there's a reason why it's kind of a trope. Like that movie is
like Citizen Kane.
amazing. Yeah,
I mean, it's also widely influential. Too.
well, yeah, exactly. And I think the problem is too when people like try to like recommend those kinds of movies, like Citizen Kane, especially, they just like don't prime people for it. So people watch it and they go, "Yeah, it wasn't that good." But you know, when you teach them like, "Oh, hey, this didn't exist before,"
Right?
Like some of the shots they did, some of the narrative things they did. It did not exist.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
and
you
then
just
go, oh my god! And so it's like what's mundane to you now. It was like new and exciting
Yeah.
then. Like Citizen
Really
Kane,
just broke
not a
ground.
single shot in that fucking movie was like a normal shot.
and well, all you have to do for Citizen Kane is go to somebody and be like, "Hey, did you notice how this movie is like The Wolf of Wall Street?" Like,
Do you notice how this movie is
and-
just like Social Network?
and they'll go, "Oh, yeah, it is kind of like that." And you go, "Isn't it weird that they made this movie almost 100 years before this other movie came out?"
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know if it's any of your guys' list, but Citizen Kane is on mine. It seemed like
it's not on
it
mine.
seemed like a
I
pretty
fuck with
basic
it, but it's
thing,
not on mine.
Because the thing that surprised me about Citizen Kane the first time I watched it, because when you get into
It's
film,
incredibly engaging and very good.
When you
Yeah.
get into,
Yeah.
when you get into film, everybody talks about it. It's like it's the list of like #1 film of all time, and so you go into this movie with crazy high expectations. To a point where you think
And it meets every single one.
You go into thinking there's no way this movie's gonna live up to it, and at least from my experience, the first time I watched it, I found it was very engaging, extremely watchable.
Yeah.
That's because the screenplay. Most people.
I was just expecting something so dry and boring,
I
and
feel
it's
like,
just not
when
at
people
all.
talk
It's
about
very
Citizen
engaging.
Kane, when people talk about Citizen Kane, they mostly talk about Orson Welles' directing and the filmmaking techniques, and obviously, that's well deserved. But the thing that really surprised me, and you kind of briefly mentioned it earlier, was just how seemingly modern the screenplay was.
Yeah.
And that's because a lot of things pull from it. When you watch it, you go, this feels very kind of modern.
Very
It doesn't
fresh.
feel like something that was made in the 40s or I don't remember exactly when it came out, maybe the early 50s. But if
Citizen Kane came out in 1941.
41,
So,
so during World War
It was
II.
also
Crazy.
like
And
from
also,
writing,
he was-
pre-production to
Orson
like
Welles-
post-production. It was like
Orson
a year.
Welles was like 22 or 23 when he made
Yeah,
that.
no, that's something that makes
crazy.
you want to kill myself every fucking day, like
That's
knowing
okay.
that.
Okay, I don't think it's entirely fair to try to compare yourself to Orson Welles. That's
I think it's fair.
I
I
bet-
think I'm very similar. and
I'm
maybe
exactly
even
like
smarter.
Orson Welles. Do you
Uh,
think he could have created from the ground up Reel of Fortune?
As
Available on YouTube as well for the audio version on Spotify and iTunes the day after it airs on YouTube.
but the
Where's your
as far as
soul?
international films are concerned, the ones that really sum up what I have going for me are two Russian films, Stalker
Yep.
and
Yes.
Come and See.
Oh, fuck you! You know, because I remember talking to you on the phone
I
about
haven't-
what was
actually
going to be on your
haven't
list,
seen Come
and you
and
See. I
said,
haven't seen
"Come
it
and
either,
see."
but
And I do
fuck.
distinctly remember yelling at you for 5 minutes, saying like, fuck you, how dare you," making me watch Come and See. I swear to God, if that's our first movie that's rolled, I'm going to lose my mind. No one's going to want to watch. No one's going to want to watch.
No, it's just
So
I was
no-
gonna be sad.
So not
for-
to like be plugging too much, but like I have a Discord, all right, and in the Discord, before the episode releases, I'm gonna screen those movies in the Discord for anyone who wants to watch it, so they don't like have to worry about spoilers on the podcast, because obviously it's gonna be a spoiler-filled podcast. But it'll be a great way for me to watch the movie. But I don't want to do that with Come and See. You know why? Because I had to watch it once with you all, and then I'm gonna watch it again with a bunch of people in my community.
Come and See.
I also have Stalker, and Chungking Express is on my list.
Chunking Express is great.
I love Chungking
Also,
Express.
2001 is a British film, so technically it's international.
Wait, is
In terms of,
Snowpiercer international?
no, it was an American production.
I think it was
in terms of-
American joint production.
It was a joint production, yeah, it was a joint production.
Children of Men is also a British movie, so technically.
Let's not count British.
And I
movies
got
seriously.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Just kidding, I
In
don't
terms
have
of
Harry Potter.
international films for me, I have Parasite, which I already mentioned.
Fuck yeah.
Memories of Murder, which I already mentioned.
Fuck yeah.
I've got
Never seen Memories of Murder,
I've got
but
the
fuck
2 Raid movies.
Ooh.
Fox.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
The Raid movies are
I've
fucking
got-
sick.
This is a recent watch for me. As soon as it was over, I was like, this is instantly going on my list because I hadn't seen it before. Is Wong Kar-wai's In the Mood for Love?
Oh my
Oh, I
god!
thought you were gonna say.
Let's see. what else.
Is on your list though, right?
It is, but I was gonna get to that. That's probably the most recent film. I've got Pan's Labyrinth.
Good.
I got Old Boy. Y tu
That's
Mama,
Old
Y tu Mama
Boy.
Tambien.
Oh no! Actually, that's a sick. What is the most recent film on everybody's list?
I've got Everything Everywhere All at Once and RRR.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is probably the most recent one on my list, if I'm gonna guess.
Also, in terms of international films, I have Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, Eva 4 is the most recent one on my list.
The most recent one on my list is the Spielberg West Side Story.
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
When you're a jet,
you're a jet all the way.
From your first cigarette to your last dying day.
I would say West Side
When
Story.
you're a jet,
from your first sucking dick to the last time you're gay.
Spielberg's West Side Story. As soon as I walked out of theater, I'm like, that's instantly now my favorite musical.
Better than the original.
Anybody-
Doesn't have fucking offensive brown face.
Okay, so that's worse for it. But you think Lawrence
They're
of Arabia?
taking all the magic out
Do
of
you
it.
think Lawrence of Arabia was good because it tells an engaging story in a grand epic style with wide sweeping vignettes and landscapes? No, it's because Alec Guinness put in the work and put shoe polish on his face. Okay, I'm gonna rattle off. I'm just gonna go as fast as possible saying mine because my list, not to toot my own horn, I think one of the things that does set mine apart from at least these two, maybe not you because you like Russian films quite a bit, and like weird obscure Eastern European films. I do have a lot of fucking international on my list. It's like a good portion of it, so I'm just gonna rattle off just as fast as possible. Right at the top, La Dolce Vita, Life is Beautiful. Leon, the Professional, is a French film actually, technically.
Isn't that a pedophile movie?
Shut up! It's French. Of course it is.
Luc Besson. So
Yeah. Battle Royale. Old Boy, What We Do in the Shadows.
Old Boy is also a pedophile movie.
Wait, Old Boy's. Oh wait, no, it is.
Yeah, definitely. It's
That's not.
I thought about it. And I was like, wait, who directed?
Let's not talk about that movie.
Yeah.
Just yet.
Are we counting British productions? No,
No.
right? We're not counting British. Okay,
Those are westerns. So that's not really,
yeah. Okay.
Also British.
A Separation, Tokyo Story, Seven Samurai, Chungking Express, Police Story, In the Mood for Love, Kung Fu Hustle, Parasite, Stalker, The Sacrifice. So I got two Tarkovsky on here. The Sacrifice fucked me up when I first watched it.
I haven't seen it.
It's really good. Perfect Blue, Paprika, Your Name, Shin Godzilla. Scroll down some more. Houseu, Brain Dead, 13 Assassins, Hard Boiled, Metropolis, Cabinet of Caligari, Castle of Cagliostro. Spirited Away, Why Don't You Play in Hell, I Am a Hero, Train to Busan, Drunken Master, Meals on Wheels, The Raid. And let me double check. Yeah, so what I'm saying is I'm better than all of you because I'm cultured.
Okay, well, I have 6 kaiju. Well, technically 7 kaiju movies on my list if you count.
Wait, are you telling me because I'm Asian?
God fucking damn it! Can you let me win once? Just
White
one
Man-
time,
White
you
Man's been on
motherfucker!
top long enough.
I will shove my dick in
It's
your
our
nose.
time.
I will shove
It's
my
our
dick
time.
in your nose.
I just want to go back in time to when they made the Flash Gordon movie.
When they let a white man play an Asian man the way it should be.
Well, I mean, to be fair, do you want an Asian man to play that character?
Yeah. Do you want an Asian guy to play Ming the Merciless?
Yeah.
I would like
It's a
no
pretty
one to
offensive
play
thing.
Ming
Yeah.
the Merciless. I would like them to sink that yellow peril character into the ocean.
I remember seeing a toy for Ming the Merciless, and he was green skin. And I was like, oh, so that's how they got around it.
I will say, I don't know if you guys have watched that movie recently. It's been quite a long time since I watched it, but Max von Sydow he's very good in that movie.
I like to imagine when they were making Shang-Chi, they had a list on a wall, and it was like ways to make the Mandarin work. And the first 19 were variations of a guy in yellowface, and the last one was hire an Asian actor. And they were just
exhausted everything.
They were
first.
just like, oh my god,
We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do
At
it.
one point, they were like, okay, we can afford Daniel Day-Lewis. We can afford him for this. And they did a screen test of Daniel Day-Lewis in the makeup.
yeah.
But then he
green
asked for more
CGI
money. They
skin
asked
for
more
the whole
money, and
film.
it didn't work out.
They tried to resurrect
Tony
Mickey
Lung.
Rooney.
Tony Lung was just cheaper in the end.
They went to the
That's
Cloud
why-
Atlas people. They were like, "What's the technology
No,
used?"
How did you make their eyes like? We were just use Scotch tape. How'd you get their eyes to be so squinty?
The
We
Wachowskis-
just aim lights at them. Oh, that's how Tom Hanks became an Asian man. Got
okay.
you. Okay, that makes sense to me. They went to the Ghost in the Show people. They went to the Aloha people.
Oh, the Aloha people. The Aloha people were just like, "Oh no, just Just
nothing.
cast Justin
cast Emma
Long
Stone.
to be the Mandarin, and you're good.
Okay, well, never mind.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
What was that?
What about
Nothing.
Justin Long?
Do what?
What about Justin Long?
For the longest time in my life, I assumed Justin Long was ethnically ambiguous.
Okay, to be fair, everyone also assumed Miranda Cosgrove was like half Asian, and she is a 100% white.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this as an Asian who assumed that, and every Asian person I know. It's kind of like how Indian people have the dude from Short Circuit, where they think that he's an Indian dude, and it's
But
really
it's
just like
Steve Gutenberg.
yeah, exactly.
Gutenberg.
Yeah, it's Gutenberg. For Asians, like
Doing a
okay,
fucking
not to
Apu from The
separate,
Simpsons.
not to separate, Indian and Pakistani people and everything from like the rest of Asia, but like Southeast Asians and stuff like that, and East Asians, we had Miranda Cosgrove.
What I imagine the equivalent is for that, for like older white people, is Catwoman in the new Batman movie, where it's like, I imagine an old enough white guy is just like, oh, that beautiful white woman in that movie. And it's like, no, they just lit it dark. She's, that's not Zoe Kravitz.
She is, I think Zoe Kravitz is the first black woman to play Catwoman since Eartha Kitt, right?
Yeah. Well, Halle Berry.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
she's playing Patience Constance or whatever.
But the movie was called Catwoman.
But here's the thing.
Just-
no.
Here's
You
no.
talk to the
No,
DC guy
here's
about
the thing.
lore. You
No,
talk to the DC guy
shut
about
the
lore.
fuck up. Here's the thing. In the Catwoman
Soy!
in the Catwoman movie, you see a Polaroid picture of the Catwoman from Batman Returns. So
Wait, hang on.
Those movies are set in continuity
Are you
with
fucking
the Tim
my
Burton
ass right
Batman
now?
movies.
Are
So
you
she's
fucking
not
me in the
playing
ass right now?
Catwoman. She's playing.
Are you fucking me in the ass
She's
right
playing Catwoman too.
now? Are you fucking me in the ass right
that
now?
Movie's development cycle
My
was-
favorite part of that movie is when like Halle Berry walks into like, because it's just Devil Wears Prada, except she's like a dominatrix. That's the movie. But she just walks into the fashion label she works at, and she like whips her boss, and her boss is like, "What's going on?" She's like, "You could say I'm some sort of Catwoman now." That's my favorite part of the movie.
The development cycle of that movie was like it was originally going to be a spin-off film starring Michelle Pfeiffer reprising her role.
And it
was gonna
took 10 years to
It was
make
going to
it.
be directed by Tim Burton. He went off and did other things, and so did she. And the movie never quite materialized. And in the 2000s,
No.
let's make that Catwoman movie.
They spent $1.8 million shooting that scene at the end of Batman Returns with Catwoman where she's alive and she looks up. They spent $1.8 million reshooting that scene because they had to shoot it within notice of 2 days. So they gave the studio and every single person who worked on it 2 days notice before they shot it in 1 day, spent $1.8 million on it because they were going to bring Michelle Pfeiffer back for the sequel, and they did not do that.
I hate that so much. All right, speaking of hating it like so much, I gotta say, I think that this has been a productive first episode. We will see you all next week. We'll be releasing these episodes bi-weekly. However, this is episode bi-weekly.
So are we gonna
my
decide what the
cuffed
first
jeans.
movie is?
Well,
or-
we're going to we will announce that with the next episode so that we don't know ahead of time for now. So next week there is going to be the first episode. This is technically episode 0. The first episode where we actually watch a movie and talk about a movie is going to be next week. So be able to check that out. Be looking out for that. It'll be on YouTube on Saturday. Then it'll be on iTunes and Spotify the day after for the audio listeners. If you want to listen to it while you're at work or you're commuting or something like that, I get it. But you're missing out a little bit of the dynamic if you're just listening. Plus, you get a day early if you go watch it.
And you're really going to be missing it next week because this shot of me and Jesse is going to be
It's
a
going to
little
be
bit better.
very much better.
gonna be a
I've
little
looked
bit
at it
better.
occasionally.
I know.
When I jam
I
the
think
camera,
I think
it's going to make more
y'all
sense.
look great. This one looks a little odd.
So we'll see how that works out. But after that, after this next episode, it will be bi-weekly. So we'll be only releasing it every other week. So this is a little bit different.
Not Homo Weekly.
No, not Homo Weekly, bi-weekly. All right, we got options.
What about Pan Weekly?
Shut up! Good night, everyone.